If you are wondering how to get over your ex quickly, you have clicked on the right video. Welcome to Love Advice TV. My name is Danny, and I am one of the head coaches here at the With My Ex Again project and Love Advice TV. If this is your first time here, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and welcome. If you've already been a part of the community for quite some time, welcome back. So, let us not waste any more time and get right into the topic for today, which is how to get over your ex quickly. This is a question that I get asked on a daily basis. And it's a bit of a complicated one, right? I feel like the steps themselves are pretty straightforward, but it's more so about the application than anything else. And we also have to take into consideration every individual, how they process, and how quickly it takes them to move on from a situation. So if you are the type of person that it takes you a minute to get over something, that's going to be your experience. Do not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare yourself to other situations or circumstances. If you have a friend that's like, oh yeah, I got over him in 2 months, or I got over her in 3 months, and it's already been 6 months for you and you haven't gotten over the situation, that does not mean there is something wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. It just means that you take a little bit longer to process. That being said, step number one, or tip number one, is time is relative per person. It's going to take you as long as it's going to take you to get over the situation. And you may try to rush the process and you may try to get over it as quickly as you can. But sometimes what actually ends up happening when we do that is we compartmentalize and we actually start to internalize our feelings, which may result in us either becoming incredibly anxious in our next relationship or incredibly avoidant in our next relationship. It is very important that we allow ourselves time to process, to grieve, to suffer the loss, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a loss. A person that you have built a life with, a person that you have shared memories with, somebody who was part of your daily routine is no longer in the picture. And that's going to be jolting. That's going to take some time to get over, but you will get over it. I promise you. And I know it may seem unrealistic right now. I know it may not seem achievable at this point, but I'm telling you, I have worked with hundreds and hundreds of people before who have been in similar situations. And the beautiful thing about human beings is that we are built to survive, right? So understanding that it's going to take you as long as it's going to take you to process. But what are some of the things that you can do to try to accelerate that? The first thing that you can do is, again, allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to grieve. Cry it out. Be angry, be frustrated, be mad, scream into your pillow. Do what you have to do, right? Get a punching bag and start punching. Whatever it is that you need to do to get that out, do it. Because if you do not allow yourself to grieve and you continue to remain in a mindset where there is the possibility for the relationship to work out, you will keep yourself in limbo. I'm not telling you to lose hope that at some point down the line, you cannot rebuild a new dynamic, because I see that all the time and I help people do that all the time. But it is important for you in this moment to understand and realize that the relationship is over. Whatever dynamic you once had is no longer there, and it's going to require time and space for you to come back to yourself, for them to come back to themselves, so that you guys could potentially down the line come together and try to make things work. But at the same time, if that is not a possibility and that's not going to happen, that is okay as well, because by healing and processing and coming back to who you are, you open up the doors for other possibilities. Lean on your support system, right? That's another recommendation. That's another thing that I always tell people to do. Lean on your friends, lean on your family. That does not mean, though, that you tell every single person in your life what's happening and what's going on, because that can also be very confusing and conflicting for you as well. You're going to get multiple different opinions from multiple different people about what you should do, and it may hinder your healing process. Select a handful of people that you trust and you know can be objective and not just tell you what you want to hear to help you through the process, right? And the last thing is pack your schedule. Do as many things as you possibly can for yourself, right? So the moment that you wake up, what does your day look like? Does that mean that you get up in the morning and you have breakfast and then you do yoga, and after yoga you shower and then you meditate and then you start work, and after work you go to the gym or you hang out with, whatever the case may be? Plan it out so that when you look at your schedule, you feel like you have things that you can do and that you are looking forward to. So often when a breakup happens, we feel like there is nothing to look forward to. And I get that. You're going to have a moment. You're going to have a period of time where you're not motivated or inspired to do anything that is natural. It's part of heartbreak. And we've all been there before, and I get that. On a very deep level, I understand that because I've been through the process myself. But I'm sitting in this chair today and I'm having this conversation with you, and I'm telling you because I've been through the experience, I've gotten through it, and I know what works for you, for others, and what worked for myself. If you feel like maybe your situation is very complex, right? You have a very specific scenario that most people have not experienced, I'm more than happy to help you with that. I'm more than happy to support you through that. I am more than happy to hold your hand and walk you through that process. I always recommend a one-on-one coaching session, even if it's not with me, right? If it's with any of the other coaches that we have on the team, because at the end of the day, gaining new perspective and hearing somebody who does this professionally for a living and has helped many, many, many people before can help you to gain new insight, can motivate you, can inspire you, and can get you out of this limbo phase that you're in, because there is nothing worse than feeling like you are in limbo. Again, I'm more than happy to help you through that. If you want to, I highly recommend booking a one-on-one coaching session, and I will put a link in the description box down below. So you just have to click it and go straight to the coaching page, and you can book your session today so we can get you out of this state of limbo and start the process of healing and moving on so that you feel like yourself again. There's nothing worse than feeling like we've lost ourselves and we have no idea where to start. We start at the beginning. And if you don't know where the beginning is, I'm more than happy to show you where the beginning is. I also highly recommend a training that we've created called Moving On. And I will also put that link in the description box down below so you can take a look at that. It has helped countless people before become unstuck. So again, I just want to provide you with the tools and the resources that you need in order to feel like you can get out of this situation and that there is hope and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So to reiterate, do not compare yourself to other people. We all process on our own timeline. Make sure that you are allowing yourself to grieve and really understanding that the dynamic in the relationship that once was is no longer there, right? That's a very important piece to the puzzle. And I know that's hard to hear, but it's true. Lean on your support system, pick a handful of people that you really trust, and make sure that you're packing your schedule. Make sure that you're doing things for yourself and you're distracting yourself in healthy ways to make sure that you are not hyper-focused and allowing your brain to just focus on the breakup itself. And you know what? You are going to have periods where you cannot stop overthinking or you cannot stop getting these intrusive thoughts. So don't try to push them away. Sit with them for a minute. An exercise that I give clients all the time, and I'm recommending this for you, and you can start doing this right now, is when you start to have those intrusive thoughts, set a timer for 15 minutes and sit with those thoughts. Don't try to push them away. Don't try to view them as negative thoughts. Don't do any of that. Just sit and observe. Observe your thoughts and then try to understand or connect to where you are feeling it in your body, right? Maybe you're feeling it in your stomach. Maybe you're feeling it in your chest. Maybe you're feeling it in your throat. Wherever it is that you are feeling it, then try to breathe into that space. right? So if you're feeling it in your stomach, extend your stomach out when you breathe in and release those muscles, because that tension that you're feeling in your stomach is contributing to the anxiety and the stress and the overthinking. So the actual physical symptoms are also a result of the mental symptoms. They're all connected. And again, if you feel like you need help understanding how to do that, more than happy to help you do that. I've also created a training called the Self-Awareness Training Program that gives you all the steps necessary to be able to pull yourself into the present moment and stop thinking in the future or thinking in the past. And if that's something that you feel you need as well, I will also put that in the description box down below. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.